Welcome back. Well, President Trump is reportedly escalating his dispute with some of the media, reportedly telling officials in his administration to boycott Saturday's annual White House Correspondents Dinner after controversy at last year's event. The president already said he'd skip it for the third year in a row and hold a competing rally instead. Still, the organization's president is optimistic about the upcoming event, saying, quote, "We're looking forward to an enjoyable evening of celebrating the First Amendment and great journalists, past, present, and future." So nice. One, why would President Trump want to attend a dinner when many of those reporters in the room uncritically spread a false narrative about him regarding collusion?
I don't think that's fair. I think, in fact, that the Mueller report confirms so many of the stories that he had labeled as fake news. I think what's happening here is related to, like yesterday, he met with Jack Dorsey, who's the head of Twitter, right? And he says, "Oh, you guys aren't fair to Republicans. I think that you're pushing some Republicans out." Twitter says, we have one standard for all, and that's about it. But I think for people who are Trump supporters, who sense the media is the bad guy, the enemy of the people, to quote the president, it plays to that sense of grievance, and I think this accelerates it. I must say, I thought that last year, and I think you were there last year, that Sarah Sanders was treated horribly by Michelle Wolf, because it was kind of like, Sarah Sanders is our guest, and I don't think you'd attack your guest in your house. I just think that's not good behavior.
I appreciate that, because I think a lot of people felt that sentiment at last year's dinner. Katie, anything else you want to respond to?
Well, that's just
things that Juan just said.
That's, to me, the question, because there were a lot of reporters who were in the White House Correspondents Association who were actually upset with her comments, Michelle Wolf's display, and her routine, her allegedly comedic routine, which wasn't funny. And they said that it did a lot of damage to the already, fledgling reputation of the White House press corps. So this year they've hired a historian to try and kind of regain the reputation with the dinner, who's going to talk about the First Amendment and, the history of the presidency. So we'll see. But that's also boring.
Well, it could be interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It could be interesting if you're a history buff. I would say this. It's a shame that everything has gotten political to the point where we don't have fun anymore. Yeah. I saw Michelle Wolf twice in person after that event, and she did nothing political at all the entire way through, and she was totally hilarious. And I think that she thought that this would play to the crowd when she did that roast, and it was totally inappropriate. But otherwise, she's a really good comic, and it kind of speaks to how everything has gotten so political. We can't have any fun anymore. We can't be together anymore. If we could just set aside, maybe we could make a list of things that you should try to avoid talking about if you're going to have a fun evening. My mother-in-law always said, no politics, no religion, and you can have a good dinner. I mean, I don't know. It just seems like
I always say we can't have anything nice anymore.
Right. We can't have anything fun anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Elizabeth, I actually think, I've always said this when President Trump said he first wasn't going to go, that I actually think it's smart politically, because he's out with the people, right? He's going to, Michigan, Wisconsin, wherever else he's going, and he's out with the people. Meanwhile, you've got all these elitists hobnobbing in Washington, D.C. in their suits and dresses. So I actually think the juxtaposition is good for President Trump. How do you think voters perceive this?
I don't think voters care, frankly, but I'm going to be going. I think the president should go, and I don't think he should ban people from going. That's what I think. I think if people on his staff want to go.
Yeah. Right.
I'm not so
free
sure.
Free country.
Yeah, I hear that this is about supporting the free speech and First Amendment. Got that, check. Understand, and we will celebrate it. But it's also a fun night, and you could just see people. And I'm not for banning people and stopping them from going.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's this weekend. So.
We solved it.
Problem solved, as always, on the